Oh yes, I was another time. This also is gathering eggs. I didn't know that the dad had put all the horses. He had them all in because he was going to brand. He was going to put his brand on. Some of them didn't have. It was a. He had this branding iron that said was R bar. It was a R for Roush, Rauch. But anyhow, the R, and it had a bar, bar. R bar was called, I think. Wasn't brown. I think it was a bar. R bar. But anyhow, regardless, I didn't know they gathered all the horses into the corral and corralled them. I had no way of knowing that. And I just went about my usual. I had all the eggs in the bucket. And the barn was built uh, in those days. These doors to the barn ran on rollers like that you could shove, and you could push this barn door clear open, and you'd have a space wider than that window, you know, so that horses could go through two at a time very easily. Well, the first thing I did when I went to gather those, I was going to say, it also had to stay on runners down here at the bottom. It stayed in this trough like deal, and there were rollers, and I just went up there just big as day and pushed my door just enough open that one of those horses could get his nose in the door. He was right up there, and he pushed, and that door come down, and I was going forward. Because I had pushed the door, so I was headed that way, and it pushed me down. Well, they had this runner that it ran on was about that high, and the horses had to. I'd say it was that high. That door landed kitty-wise with one corner on and like that, you know. So one deal was up, and I wound up underneath of there. And those horses, every time they went through there, I heard those horses' hoofs hit cloppity clop, cloppity clop, cloppity clop under there. It's a wonder I wasn't killed.
I'm glad you're still here.
God is good. Surely had his hand on me. Surely he did. Yep. And so, well, we had to go down in and clean the inside of that well of that cistern. That was awful because we had to take it had a cover over the top of it with where you could take this lid off, and we had to get down inside of there. Would you believe the sand had drifted through? It was the sand from wind blowing, and this top didn't sit real tight. It just couldn't the way it was made, I guess. But anyhow, they should have remade it, but it never ever got done. But the cistern was fenced off, so the animals could not get in there. Thank goodness. So we went up there with Mama. Mama let me down in there with buckets of water and old rags and stuff. and up on the upper part, it was just green. It was honest to goodness, and we carried water and buckets of water and buckets of water to get that cistern livable. And the spiders, to this day, I'm just have a horror, but they were up there in the top part. We had to get, take a stick with a rag on it and go through and knock all them down. Well, Tom, we can tell about our escapade with that spider this morning.
Yeah.
Want me to tell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was only there for a minute.
Anyway, I looked when I first woke up. I kind of, looked up and see what kind of day it was going to be and everything. And I saw a black dot on the wall. I thought, what the heck is that black dot doing there? That never was there before. And it looked to me be almost the size of a thumbprint, about that big. And I looked at it, and I looked, and I looked, and pretty soon it moved. And I was going to call Tom. But then he went over behind what's over there? Oh, that picture. I got that picture with all the people on it of my family. And that darn spider went in behind that. Well, I thought there's no use calling Tom now. He's in behind there. Well, it wasn't too long. And here he was. He'd come out the other side. And then he went across like that. Pretty soon he was over again over there. And he went, and then pretty soon he was over, and he was coming towards my side of the bed. And he went, and he dropped. He dropped about 6 inches at one time, down behind that. I have a little side table across the bed from me, and he dropped down behind that. I heard, Thomas! Saved me from the spider. I guess, I don't know, but I got you in there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right fast. And I didn't stop to get dressed. I pulled a little house coat right over my nightgown. I got that off of that. No, I guess I pulled that on out here. I don't think I waited in there. I just can't remember. I got out of there. It was cold out here. But I got the heater on. And you killed 2 spiders.
Yep.
At the time. You said one was black and one was brown.
Yep.
So there was 2 spiders. I said, was one a black widow? He says, I don't know. I said, next time you kill a black spider, I said, turn it over and look and see if there's an hourglass shape underneath of it. You got a black widow in the house. And I said, and we want to be sure there's no eggs laid anywhere. Check around. But I think sometimes we'll check out that little stand, the back side of it and under it, just to be sure.
Yeah. Okay.